be able to burst. And this is Omni dice, so I'm able to normal attack. Honestly, I should have done normal attack first and then burst, in case they swap the Chiori. So that was a misplay, but they didn't swap the Chiori, so it doesn't matter. I'm normal attacking here, and this is basically game. Hello everybody, my name is Komon, and welcome to another Genius Invocation TCG video. Today we're gonna be assembling Exodia. Now what do I mean by that? Guardian of Apep's Oasis shuffles Awaken My Kindred into your deck. These are cards that when played or discarded summon a 1 Dendro damage summon. Now that's not too impactful by itself, however, when you get to 4 stacks, all of your skills deal 3 extra damage, and your skill and your burst heal you. They don't give you anything, they just heal you. Now, the way we do that is through the talent, which shuffles extra copies of the summon and also makes the summons deal extra damage. And in combination with Jinyan, who can discard the highest cost card in your hand, or discard your entire hand through her burst. We also have in every house a stove to obviously draw one of the talents. In the case that we draw Serpent's talent, that would give us a card that also lets us discard to help us with and also give us elemental dice. And overall the deck is basically just built to discard as much as possible, draw as much as possible, so that you get a decent amount of damage in the early game, you shield a little bit with Jinyan, you summon a little bit, you reduce your opponent's health by a decent amount, and then you go and finish the game with Apep. Now, the specific draw, we have multiple ways to draw, actually. We have Countdown to the Show, we have Friendship Eternal, we have Setaria, we have Weeping Willow. Most of these cards require you to have your low number of cards in your hand, which we want to do since we're going to be discarding. Same with Yumkasaurus. And all in all, this deck is just built to play as many cards as possible, dump them out, and summon a bunch until you get the buff on Apep. Let's see how it goes, and let's get into the games. Okay, game 1. I'm going first against 2 of the starting characters and the Dendro Aramite. This might be a new player, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna throw away the 2 Setarias. They're honestly one of the worst draw cards in the deck. I'm gonna keep in every house a stove to hopefully draw Serpent talent on top of the Apep talent. And obviously keep other draw that I may get. I want to get as much Dendro as possible here. Unfortunately, I didn't get that much. Should be fine. I can tune cards. Okay, perfect. I can discard one of these. I can... Ooh. I'm gonna have to tune one of them either way. So I can discard here. Use Apep's skill, which will draw me one of the summons. The energy doesn't matter. I don't really care about bursting either way. By the time I get back to Apep, I would already have the buff.
No rest for the wicked.
Let's see what I draw here. Hopefully, I was gonna say hopefully Conductor's Top Hat. Let's see if I draw it here. I did not. However, I will take this. Next turn, I'm looking to go on Jinyan and start discarding these. Hopefully, do some burning. Obviously, I want to activate Central Laboratory Ruins a couple of times, get some extra dice through the discards. Pretty good hand, honestly. Just 2 discards with Jinyan and some Yumkasaurus should be a pretty good turn. Unfortunately, I didn't get too much Pyro, but I guess Yumkasaurus can give me something to do.
I'm taking the stage.
Now one important thing to remember is that these discard effects, that discard the highest cost card in your hand, use the original cost. So these cost 2. Just forget that they're discarded, that they're discounted. They're gonna count as 2 costs for this effect, because it looks at the original cost, not the current cost. Now I'm guessing they're gonna burst here. This does look like a new player. Given that Fisho and Diluc are in the starting deck and they're running White Iron Greatsword, but I guess this game still can serve as a pretty good showcase of what my deck can do in a vacuum, and that's a good card to steal, yeah? Let's see if we can steal another talent, perhaps? And we can. Now I think I'm just gonna... No, I'm not gonna play this out. I'm just gonna end the round. I have no reason to play it out, given that next turn I'll discard it anyway, and yes, it will give me 1 extra damage now, but first, that wouldn't kill, and second, I'd rather discard it so I get an extra proc on Central Laboratory Ruins. Now, another important thing to remember is that when you have Serpent's Talent, not only does the Bone Cruncher's energy block give you an elemental die of your character's element when you use it, but also when you after you swap off. So here we can do skill, Genian skill, and we can swap off to another character to get, or they just swap me off themselves, and here I get an extra animal die, which I can use on Serpent, which draws me a card, Swirls, and Conductors is perfect. Conductors is honestly one of the best cards in the deck. I would prefer to have it every time if I could, because it discards, fixes your dice, and reduces the cost of your skill. So I'm gonna play it on Jinyan here and swap into her.
Let's jam.
I have 3 dice. I can burst here. And this is practically game. Because at the end of the round I'm gonna deal 1 damage through Jinyan's burst.
Be a good audience, won't you?
1 damage through burn, and then these will both deal 2 damage to the Ring Dancer. And they don't have much else they could do, given that I stole their talent and they're running out of cards, so I'm in a pretty good spot. Should practically be game, even if I have the worst dice ever. I have ways to fix them by swapping in and out with Conductors. I have Yumkasaurus. And yeah.
Catch this.
Okay, fair enough.
Make it to the chorus.
Now, Apep doesn't have enough stacks, so I guess we'll showcase Exodia. Another game. Still a pretty good showcase though.
Not done yet.
Okay, game 2, going up against Kniech Bloom, not Barn, which is interesting. Especially with Farina, because I would expect Baiju to be there instead of Kniech. Pretty good hand, honestly. Hopefully this draws me Serpent Talent. It could draw me the second copy of Apep Talent that I just threw away, but I'll take the risk. Because, like, I really don't want to have a second copy of the talent. 9 summons are enough, as is, and the damage, like, playing it again doesn't buff the damage again. It's always just gonna be a 2. So yeah. Anyway, I get a Bone Cruncher's block. Get to shuffle them into my deck. I didn't draw a single one of them. The question is, should I play Countdown? Maybe I should have discarded Countdown first and then drawn, in case I draw 2-cost version of it, but I'll use it now. Wow, terrible hand, actually. Yeah, terrible draws, but I guess this should be fine. If I put this here and I play this, Weeping Willow will draw me next turn. Oh! When you use technique, gain energy. Huh, interesting. I'm curious as to why can each stealing cards, gaining some extra energy, bursting from time to time. I guess this burst is kind of nice. Yeah, still an interesting choice. I still would rather run like a Baiju or something, or Guardian of Apep's Oasis with like a Narwhal. That is a deck people play. I don't know how good it is. I haven't tried it myself, but or I haven't seen it that much, but still. I think I'm gonna discard Countdown to get some extra Dendro dice. I'm gonna play this. Where am I? I am gonna play this. I'm gonna skill to draw one of the summons. Then Conductors to discard it right as I go on Jinyan. I'm obviously gonna play this here so it doesn't get discarded. I'm okay with paying 2 for a swap, because I don't think they're okay with paying 2 for a swap. And Conductors gives me the dice I need anyway, and discounts my costs, so should be fine. Swapping to Kniech is fine with me. They don't have anything to steal with his talent.
Target acquired.
And they wouldn't anyway because I have fewer cards than them, but I can steal one from them. Interesting choice. I guess it is just to buff Kniech's damage and that's it. But then why wouldn't you run like swords instead? Because sometimes you might equip them when you're 2 sword characters. Or like a bow. Actually, he uses a claymore. Oh. See, that's how you know I haven't played Natlan. And also haven't seen him equipped ever. I'm pretty sure I have never seen him equipped in this game, so I guess Wolf's Gravestone makes sense, yeah. Wait, so it's not... And it's not for discarding. Yeah, because he doesn't discard by himself. So this is just to equip it. Okay, okay. This is to equip it. Which is cool. But yeah. And they steal it back, but it's a bit late in the turn for that. Now the question is, do I draw for 2 here? And I think I do. I think I do draw 4 for 2. It is essentially like the same rate as a strategize. I think I'm gonna play one of the Bone Cruncher blocks. Then Jinyan is either gonna discard this or this. but I'm planning to burst with her anyway, so doesn't really matter what she discards. Now 4, so to reach 9, I would need to discard everything. Do I want to do that? I think the answer is no. I think I'm just gonna get the 6, which happens by discarding these two.
Amp it up!
Okay. As I said earlier, I don't need the second copy. I could play it here to shuffle in extra summons, but I'm on 3 out of 4, so I don't need to. I'm just gonna swap over here, I think. Specifically because next turn I can proc conductors by swapping into Jinyan, and also I just equipped Heart of Piranha's Brilliance, so... And like, I don't care about Serpent, or some Serpent skills. Serpent is just here for shuffling Bone Cruncher blocks, so I'm okay with it tanking some damage.
It's time for the curtain to fall.
Okay, there we go, that's the last summon I need. And once I activate that, Apep is gonna start healing. She's gonna start dealing 3 extra damage, and life is good. Oh yeah, they have a Maripede.
Shadow of the past, mine to command.
Okay, so that's annoying. It's not that good, but it's annoying. Apep has 2 Golden Troop on them, actually, so I can play this for free. I can play this. It's not even gonna increase my own swaps, because it's negated. I get the summon here. And now... I think I still have a quick swap in the deck. I didn't get it, but I'm pretty sure I do have one. I'm gonna go swap to Apep. And life is good. Now the cost reductions on the summon that you usually get from skills and bursts turn into heals. I got the 1 shield, so now I'm at 8 health. I'm gonna be healing past that, obviously dealing 5 damage, and it's basically Exodia. It's not unbeatable, it doesn't outright win you the game, but it kind of does sometimes, you know. That's a bad idea because of that, yeah. You're gonna be taking more damage than I am from that surfing buddy, and also you're just dead from this, so yeah.
Don't turn.
Turns out 3 extra damage is pretty good. Okay, game 3 up against what looks like a double Geo summon deck. For some reason not running Zhongli. I guess it's because they're all swords, maybe? Maybe they equip. This Conductors and Ruins in the opening hand is perfect. Hopefully I get Serpent Talent here, because if I do, I can have a pretty nasty turn, honestly. Yeah, so Ruins... Yeah, okay. Let's see what this draws me. Okay, yeah. So, I do this, I play Ruins. I guess this turn isn't gonna be the nasty one, but next turn is. I'm okay with just chilling like this. Because they're just summoning the whole game, essentially. The double summon is interesting. I guess they just want the burst. I guess they just want to have the burst. Drawing 2 summons here is perfect because I don't need the skill in this case. I can just immediately go on Jinyan. No pyro dice, but should be fine. I'm gonna use one immediately. It's gonna give me a Dendro dice instead of a pyro, but because of Serpent Talent, when I swap into Jinyan, it's gonna give me a pyro. And it changes to dice to Omni, so I can still skill here, but I don't want to. I don't have anything I want to discard. I'm gonna play these out. I think I'm just gonna skill normal attack probably, and then the third turn should be the big one. Yep. Unfortunately, I'm only eating 2 out of the 4 dice with Vanarana. I'm only saving up 2 out of the 4. But it's okay. I get burn here. So next turn I'm gonna have burn on top of everything in my summon pile. I'm gonna have the end of turn pyro from Jinyan. Actually, they go first, so they can kill my Jinyan with a Wado Burst. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But it shouldn't be too much of an issue because I don't need to discard that much anyway. I'm gonna throw away the pyro because I'm guessing they're gonna kill Jinyan. I'm just gonna...
Feel the sacred
Yep.
power.
Okay, cool.
Beat salt. Missed.
So I'm gonna discard this. I can draw the third one and then play it out. And I have so much dice that I think it's worth it. Yeah, I think that's the play. Because obviously using the skill and the burst gives you cost reduction stacks, which turn into healing after you've played 4, but right now they're still cost reduction. So I can play this and then all my attacks deal 5, including normal attacks.
Let the world come alive.
But I'll only have 2 normal attacks here. 2 skills or normal attacks or anything. So I skill here, and they have to swap off of Furina. They have to swap to Chiori specifically. Actually, because I draw here, I can use all 3 of them to tune. That's going to give me an extra dice from Central Laboratory Ruins. Because it's going to go to 6. And I'm going to be able, because this is going to change the dice to Dendro, I'm going to be able to burst. And this is Omni dice, so I'm able to normal attack. Honestly, I should have done normal attack first and then burst, in case they swap to Chiori. So that was a misplay, but they didn't swap to Chiori, so it doesn't matter. I'm normal attacking here, and this is basically game. Like, my Apep is basically full health. I have, what is it, 7 damage in summons? 6 damage in summons? So that's 1. That's 3, and then that's 2. Okay, so I have 6 damage. Yeah, I have 6 damage in summons. I'm guessing they're gonna be able to kill Apep here with just a normal attack, because of Revelry increases their damage by 1, a normal attack deals 2. So they're gonna kill Apep, but doesn't matter. I have more summons in hand. Serpent itself can finish off the game pretty decently, because it does still deal 3 damage with its skill, and draws a card on top of that. Its skill is decent in a vacuum. So yeah. Yeah, that does it.
I'll never accept defeat.
Okay, game 4. Probably out of 5 because these games have been going by very quickly. I don't know what they're playing, honestly. I think this is a fine hand. outside of Yumkasaurus. Okay, now that I have conductors, Golden Troop is basically useless to me, but I guess it's fine. I want as much Dendro as possible. Because one important thing to note is if I'm able to talent and then skill with Apep, I can not only shuffle in a bunch of summons, but I can draw one, and then Conductors is gonna fix my dice on Jinyan because it reduces the cost of the skill to 2 and then fixes 2 dice to Omni Element. So it basically guarantees that you can get a skill. So I can basically shuffle in a bunch of summons, buff their damage, draw one, discard it with Conductors, and then discard whatever else I need to with Jinyan. In this case I don't have anything, but if I had like a countdown, would have been nice. They just full equip Chongyun. Which I'm guessing this is an equipment deck then? Like, they probably have a bunch of polearms as well. Perfect draw. Kind of. No, yeah, it is basically a perfect draw. I'm gonna equip this onto Jinyan. This onto Apep, I think. No, this onto Apep. Actually, this gives you dice even if you don't discard. I think I'm just gonna put this here. I'm gonna draw dice, or draw card, draw summon. Go on Jinyan. Who's gonna get an extra energy or extra dice because of the energy block with Serpent Talent. Get reduced cost down to 2. Burn here. I can burn again at the end of the round, and yeah, that's honestly a perfect round 1. Well, could have been just a little bit better, but I'm not complaining. But yeah, now that we're in a solid position, I can start yapping, which I think that's partly what people watch for. I'm not entirely sure. I still don't know why people watch me really. Well, I do. I obviously read the comments. I've replied to a decent amount of them by this point, but yeah. Anyway, back to the yapping. Or I guess I'm starting to yap, since I have 1 or 2 games left. Today should have been patch note day, but I've been looking at Hoya Lab all morning and they haven't released anything. This is the latest they've been ever. There is a fan graphic out there, but I don't want to use it because I've gotten like conflicting information.
Swift and merciful.
I'm gonna go on Apep here because yeah, reduced cost from Golden Troop. I'm gonna be able to draw and then discard it by swapping to Gina. But yeah, I've gotten conflicting information, as in I've seen some of the cards before, and I've heard that one of them gives shields, but the infographic has that it heals, but then also I've seen certain balance changes that the numbers are off everywhere. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure who's correct here, so I wanted to wait for the official patch notes or the official graphic, but I guess I won't have that luxury. I'm recording this first to see if they post it by the time I'm done, so I still haven't completely seen what all the cards do, but I guess we'll see. If you see a double upload today, that's why. If you see a double upload tomorrow, that may also be why. I'm not sure when I'm gonna upload it. Probably today. Probably. Again, worst comes to worst, I'm probably just gonna use the fan-made infographic, which does look solid, but like, I'm just not sure about the information there. I guess I could have checked if it's correct. I could have cross-referenced a bunch, but doesn't really matter. But yeah, from the things I have seen, next patch looks really interesting. Specifically, oh yeah, I increased my own cost, swap cost. I kind of forgot about that. I think I'm just gonna go on Apep, yeah. But yeah, the patch is looking interesting. I'm not gonna say too much right now because I'm gonna obviously make a whole video on it. And if you're coming from that video, yeah, I guess you've probably seen my thoughts. If you haven't, I guess you could go watch it. If it's, I'm probably gonna upload that one before this one, so I'm talking too much about other videos, but yeah. I can't wait to make like 3 billion Jalon index from what I've seen. From what I've seen of her, like she looks interesting. That's all I'll say for now. But yeah. Oh, is that buttercrab? That is buttercrab. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna play showdown. Hopefully get a block. Yep. So I can activate Exodia. And a skill should kill here. Yep. Skill does kill.
In death, a new cycle.
This is essentially 8 health because of 2 shields, 2 damage reduction, 4 health. But unfortunately for them, I deal 7 here and I heal for 2. And then I have summons, I have end of round status effects. Turns out Apep is a pretty good card sometimes. Sometimes, you know? Yeah. Speaking of the balance changes, I'm gonna check if they're up right now. They are not. Cool. Yeah, I guess I'll have to go off of the fan-made graphics. I wonder if they'll upload the graphic, like, at all. They might do it tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure. But honestly, it's probably better if I get the video out before people start looking for the cards and everything. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Opponent? Is this one of those opponents that just goes AFK after they've lost? Yeah, they're just being annoying. They're just gonna play out as many cards as possible to be annoying. Is that it? Oh, okay. And there we go. They concede. Okay, game 5. Probably last game. Going second up against what looks like an FTK deck. There's no way this isn't an FTK deck. It's absolutely the clear Farzan FTK. I don't know what Zhongli's doing here. Maybe it's just a bunch of characters they like slapped together, but I guess we'll see. I don't like this hand. I wish I had one of the talents already. Yeah, this is 1000% an FTK. An FTK obviously being a first turn kill, where they just try to deal as much damage as possible round 1 and they try to kill one character. Unfortunately, I won't let them, unfortunately for them, I won't let them do that. But yeah, speaking of the balance changes in the patch and everything, and deck building, somebody did ask me about how I build decks, and for those interested in that aren't that person, because I've already told that person some things, and they are interested. I'm gonna be building some decks in the new patch live. So if you have any interesting ideas with the new cards, and you want to see somebody make them, I could try. Okay, it's definitely not an FTK then. I don't know what they even played. Ah, a bunch of draw. Okay. I was not looking at my screen, to be honest with you. Serpent Talent, let's go. Never punished, baby, never punished. So I do this. Do this. Draw one of these. And here Bone Cruncher's block is gonna discard Countdown to the Show. Which I'm cool with. And here I can play Cetaria, Yumkasaurus. End the round. Oh, immediately drawing Countdown. Perfect. Is it perfect? It's kind of perfect. Kind of. I probably should play it. It is a pretty good card at 2 cost. 3 cost, sometimes I don't want to play it. Like, or actually, oftentimes I don't want to play it out, but like, 2? That's like basically 2 strategizes in 1. And it fixes your dice. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, yeah. Oh. Interesting. I haven't seen star signs in forever. Do I kill off their swaps? I do not. I don't care enough. No. What was it? Non-instructors. I forgot what it's called. The one that discards when you swap. I guess, do I play this out or do I risk the energy block discarding this? Oh no, I absolutely risk it because Jinyan's gonna be discarding anyway. Cool. So I fast swap to her. And I skill here to get the burning. I don't care about the discarded card. And I'm guessing they're running a bunch more talents and weapons and stuff, so I can steal a few of those. Maybe they have another countdown in their deck. Quite possibly they have another countdown in their deck. So I'm gonna start stealing those. Okay. I'm down. I'm not sure if I'm gonna... Oh, yep, I'm also down for that. I'm not gonna be able to draw with Weeping Willow, but I'm happy I took that, honestly. I don't know if I want to play it, but I might, just for fun. Once I dump my hand, I guess I can just get a new one, but I guess by that point I would have discarded it, so I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. I'm gonna kill off their swaps here, or I guess make them spend 1 extra, which is basically killing it off. Nobody's spending 2 dice to swap.
Stabilize.
Let's see what I draw. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Actually, not so perfect. Or is it? I'm not actually sure. Oof. If only I had a bunch of pyro dice here. You know what? It's okay. It's fine. We're fine. We're good. Okay, did you have to discard that one? Did you have to? I guess I'm just going on Apep. Ah, that swap costs 2, that's right. No, you know what? I'm just playing them out. I don't care. I'm just playing them out. I ended the round too quickly. I could have played that. I could have played that. It would have given me an extra dice for Vanarana. So, whoops. It's okay though. It's okay. I'm winning. I'm just gonna burst next turn and basically win the game. Yeah, I'm gonna get 4 stacks for Apep. I'm gonna get 4 stacks for Apep. I'm gonna be able to deal a bunch of damage, heal a bunch. Yeah, game's pretty much won. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Does not save you, but it's cool. It's cool. Okay. Does not save you. Do you have star signs and 2 more dice to burst? No. Then the Calx's art was useless.
Right.
Okay. I guess I'm cool with that. Ooh. Okay. What does he have? Or she have? Heart of Corona Billions. I still haven't played the Naki the second story quest, so I don't know much about Apep. I've heard that she goes by she. I don't actually know, but yeah. I shouldn't have done that actually. I have nothing to discard. No, I do have something to discard now with conductor stuff out. Okay, we're cool. We're cool. We're good. I completely forgot about the Cetarias, even though I literally played one this round. Anyway, but yeah, I still haven't played a lot. Honestly, I haven't played Naki the second story quest. I haven't played any story quest since the what is it? 4.6? Yeah, 4.6, where
You
with
shouldn't
the
see me like
Arlecchino boss. I probably should. Honestly, someday I could make a video or stream of that. I don't think anybody's interested in the TCG guy making reaction content of quests and stuff, but I mean, I'm not against the idea. It's not like I don't enjoy the story. I'm not just the TCG guy.
Time.
I do love me a good story from time to time. But yep, as you can see, the deck is pretty much piloting itself. You just discard a bunch, and you win the game. You do a bunch of summons, you discard a bunch, you gain some shields, you gain some health, and you win the video game. A lot of these decks just kind of pilot themselves after a little bit, because after you understand what it's supposed to do, they just do the thing. Again, there's a lot more thought that I would put into like a tournament game, but this isn't a tournament, so I don't care. Anyway, yeah, that should be about it. GG's.
It was an accident.
That's about it for the deck. Yeah, as you could see, pretty much plays itself. Once you get a bunch of Awaken My Kindred shuffled in, you just start discarding them. You start discarding countdowns. You get some free dice from conductors, from blocks, from laboratory ruins, and the deck kind of plays itself. Compared to other decks that have no defenses, this one actually does somehow, but just having Jinyan do a bunch of shields since you want to discard with a skill. Apep obviously gets shielding and healing, so yeah, I mean, this deck is honestly a lot more comfortable to play once you get used to it than others I've showcased on this channel. It does the action cards are not the best since we don't have the greatest discard support right now, but all in all, pretty good. Good enough to win games, as you might have seen in this video. And yeah, if you've liked it, you can like the video. If you want to see more, you can subscribe. If you want to ask me anything, you can comment. And I'll see you either tomorrow or again today if you see the patch note review later. So yeah, have a nice day. I'll see you later.